Welcome back. This is Traveling Mike, and now we're going to hop in the Tesla and drive over to an old cemetery out here in the country. I like going to these old cemeteries because you never know what you're going to find, and they always have an interesting history. So we're going to see what's going on out at this one. Okay, here we are. Made it out to a little Maxdale Cemetery, which was obviously founded in 1863. And so we're gonna go check it out and see what they have out here. It's always something interesting to find in these old cemeteries. Their pavilion so they can hold services out here. Got the McBrides. McBrides was the ones who founded this cemetery. I think the oldest headstone out here is from 1864. See what all they have. Some of the interesting things in these old cemeteries, this one obviously is a little broken and deteriorated, but it's a lamb. Lambs always meet children's graves. We'll see what some other symbols are out here too. They say this cemetery is haunted by an old caretaker with a limp, and you see him at night sometimes, but they've got lots of old wives' tales in these cemeteries. This one has a symbol of shaking hands, which usually means like God welcoming you home. They've got some old cemeteries, graves here. And it's still a currently used cemetery. They've got over 350 graves in here, although the town itself never got above 50 people in it, so I don't know where they all came from, but they're all returning home, I guess. Let's go over here to the older section. And this cemetery's had a lot of problems with vandalism because they've got these stories of haunted graves over here. Across the street is a old bridge, which supposedly you see somebody hanging from it in the middle of the night if you go out there at night, which you're not allowed to at night anymore. They also have an old story that in one of these graves is a witch that was buried, and so they put iron bars across the grave underground to keep her from coming back out. Obviously you can't figure that out, but there's a lot of people who like to come out to these things, and that's who destroys a lot of these old graves. You can see a lot of them are broken and everything from vandals coming out to find who knows what. And here's some more headstones with doves on them, and of course those all represent peace. Here's one over here with the weeping willows. Of course, the weeping willows are always a symbol of sorrow. And of course, here's a Confederate grave over here. Another headstone has a lily on it. Lilies were mainly used on women's headstones. They usually meant purity or resurrection also. And let's see what else we have out here. I saw one with some other symbols on here. A lot of them are just decorative symbols. The older ones have more meaning. This one here has wheat on it, which is also a symbol of resurrection. Unfortunately, a lot of these have been knocked down. They haven't been put back up yet. Well, I hope you enjoyed your little walk around this cemetery out here. They're always really interesting. You never know what you're going to see or learn out here in some of them. This one doesn't have a lot of interesting facts about it, but there's a few. But of course, everybody has a story out here. Across the street over there is the bridge. I don't know if you can see it, but that's also where people go to look for haunted ghosts. It's right across the street. They say that if you go there and close your eyes, turn around 3 times and open them up, you'll see some ghostly figure hanging on the bridge. But of course it's all a bunch of wives' tales. They don't have any historical facts that actually prove that. Thanks for visiting the Maxdale Cemetery with me this afternoon on this little blustery day. We're going to hop back into the Tesla here, make it on down the road. I'm going to try to do this on a regular basis and add more cemeteries. Out here in the country, they're always interesting. You never know what you might find about them. So stay tuned, be sure and subscribe and like, and see where we'll be at next. Thanks. that was an interesting little trip, and I won't even bother you with the silly jokes that go with this job. Like, how many dead people were buried in that cemetery? All of them. See you next time.